Hey, welcome back to the Two Hasbro's Toy Hunt channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing a figure that has me very excited. As you saw in the previous video, it's a figure that I've wanted for a while because it's a line that I've been collecting now, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It was really hard to come across this figure at the store. I didn't come across it at the store. I had to end up getting it through GameStop because it's packaged one figure per case for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see how Hasbro didn't anticipate this figure being the more popular one to get. Obviously, everyone was going to want it, right? We're talking about Trini, the Yellow Ranger. So it's the Hasbro Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger. Just take a quick look here at how she's packaged in the box. That's what the sides look like. On the back, it's a shame that there's no bio on any of these, right? Don't get me wrong, I really like the way the you get the figure on here. That's sorry about the glare. That's pretty cool. But it'd be nicer to have, you know, maybe something written somewhere on there. But then again, you would probably lose part of the product shot back here, and I am a fan of the product shot in the back. And I'm also a fan of the drawing here, the little painting that these figures have. So much so that I keep the boxes. A little unorthodox of me, but I keep the boxes behind the figures where I display them. But you already know that, right? So let's get the Sword of Omens out so it can give us sight beyond sight. We'll take this. We'll take the figure out of the box, and then we'll take a closer look at it. Yeah. So let's make our incision as carefully as possible, because I don't want to break it, because I want to weirdly keep the box. Alright. Trini, you're giving me a hard time here. It's this flap in the back here that's giving me the hard time. There you go, we got it. So we carefully pop the top here, and the little hinge here is bent down, but that's not gonna be a hindrance. We take her out. One last quick look at her in her little bubble here. You've got your effects here. She comes with an extra pair of hands, an open chopping hand, and the hand, I guess, to hold things, like her blaster or her, I don't know, what would you call these? Are these sais? Are they like what the Ninja Turtle Raphael has? Are they sais? Or are they supposed to represent the teeth of the Sabretooth? I don't know. And we'll talk about the head sculpt. I really like this head sculpt. I think this is one of the few head sculpts that I really like. So let me get everything out of here, and we'll take a closer look at the figure itself. Okay, cool. So here is Trini outside of the packaging, the Yellow Ranger. I messed around with it a little bit before I put this setup here, because I wanted to get some impressions on the figure first. And I gotta say, of the female figures, I like this one more. Between her and Kimberly, of course, the Pink Ranger. I like this one more. First of all, my Pink Ranger had like a weird knee issue. Like her knee was kind of bent to the side. And you can tell this one's a little flimsy too. But at least they're on there right. And my Kimberly, she wasn't. I don't know if it was just my figure, or if that's an issue that other people had. But yeah, this one I don't have a problem with. She seems to be pretty sturdy, just a little flimsy there if you try to move it side to side, but other than that, it's fine. Now, the sculpting here, it looks like they gave her a little bit of a bust, obviously. She is she's supposed to be a female character in the American version, and in the Japanese version, I believe the Yellow Ranger was also a guy, so that's why she doesn't have the skirt. like Kimberly does. But in the sculpting here that Hasbro did, you know, you can they clearly gave her a female shape. So yeah, definitely the American Yellow Ranger. I wonder if they'll eventually make the male version just to get some more money off of us. So yeah, let's start taking a quick look at the figure. Let me see if, let's get her, there you go. So the helmet, I'm really impressed with. I really like the way the helmet looks. Probably my favorite one so far from all of the Rangers. She can look, well, head only, so she can look that far up. Really nice articulation in the looking down. She can look side to side pretty well, go 360. I like these shoulder joints. I like how they go back. You can get them into some really dynamic poses. And these figures, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. They are so much fun to pose around. I'm loving this Lightning collection. So yeah, you know, she's got her standard single jointed elbow. You know, she can bend, make her look like she's running. You know, you've got hinges on the wrist. Wrist moves to the sides there. Her chest / ab crunch is oh no, her ab crunch is down here. So yeah, okay, so she's got chest crunch and ab crunch. Nice. Now if you go too far with the chest, you can see the slit there. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that, but hey, you know, I'm not really gonna display her like that, right? So does she can turn side to side up here, not at the waist, just up here. So that kind of sucks. Double jointed knee, ankle pivot. Okay, here's an issue. I don't like it when the figures are difficult to move. See, I always feel like I'm going to break it, but when you hear that crack, I don't like that. And she's got a little bit of paint issue there. Now this foot, not as bad. Also the cracking, but not as bad. She's got upper thigh cut. How far out can she kick out? About 90 degrees. Yeah, about 90 degrees. Not much back at all, really. She can't really kick back at all, but that's okay. Now let's take a look at her belt. I'm really curious to see the sculpting on there. Oh, that's really nice. You know, it shows a lot better here on the camera than if you actually try to hold it up to your face. Especially if you're like me and you have bad eyesight. So yeah, let's take a look at her alternate head sculpt and the accessories that she comes packed with. Okay, so first off, she has alternate hands. The same ones that I've said in the past all Rangers come with. If they have alternate hands, you get this one. The Haya ones, because I don't know, when I see this one, that's what plays in my head. I don't know if that's actually what they would say, but that's the sound that comes to my brain. And you've got the gripping hand. Yeah, but like I said, these come with almost all the Rangers, and yeah, I wish Hasbro would have given us a little bit more variety in that respect. Next up here, we'll take a look at her blaster. I'm sure they did use it in the show, and I haven't seen the show in such a long time, but did they ever really use these blasters a lot? I remember them using the weapons, their power weapons, more than anything. But the painting on this is really nice. It looks like a Nerf gun. I don't know how accurate this is to the show because I don't remember, but it fits really nice in the holster. Never had that issue with the other Rangers. So yeah, that goes straight into the holster. And she comes with her saber-tooth teeth. That's what we're going to call them, the size. Yeah, their size. They're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle size. Let's get one on here so we can take a better look at it. So, let's see. Is that the power coin as well? Is that also a saber-toothed tiger? Can't really tell. But yeah, so she comes with two of them. Obviously, one for each hand. And she also comes with the ever popular effects. Oh, okay, so you slide them in there. And I guess if you pose her like striking a putty is what I've seen on pictures on the internet. That's how people are using them. It's, I don't know, lack of imagination on my part, but I didn't see it that way. So yeah, where you can put them in there and then have her striking a bad guy, and it looks like, you know, it's sparking off, and it makes sense, right? Because that's that's how in the show they would portray it. Every time they would strike somebody, you know, sparks would come out. The putties, mostly, is what I remember. They would strike the putties and sparks would come out. Or when they would get struck on the chest, you know, the sparks would come flying out. And she comes with two of them, so one each for her size. The size. I don't know. When I said that, it kind of sounded like I was talking about size as in the size of the figure. Now, my favorite part of the everything that comes with it is the head sculpt. You know, I didn't really like the Kimberly head sculpt. Watching this video, you probably think I have an issue with the Kimberly figure. I don't. It's also a figure that I enjoy, but it does have some things that I'm not a huge fan of. But still, I still love the figure. The head sculpt, I think they could have done a better job. So far, I've only really liked the Tommy head sculpt and this one. I was very nervous as to how they would handle this head sculpt, but I really like it. I think it definitely looks like the actress that played her in the first season, and unfortunately she passed away. And I believe she passed away during the same week of 9/11, which is why I didn't even know she passed away until years later, because all they would pass on the news was 9/11 stuff, and I guess we didn't get enough news on. I forgot the name of the actress. I'm sorry, but yeah, she tragically passed in a car accident. So let's pop this head on there. Hopefully, it's not a pain in the ass, because some of these are really hard to get off and get out. Okay, that came off pretty easily. And to get on. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Wow. I don't really pose my Rangers with their unhelmeted heads on, but oh, I am liking the way this looks a lot. Wow. Now let's see the articulation. She can look down about that much because of this little strand of hair. And I don't imagine she can look back, you know, much either, but that's okay. She looks beautiful. Wow. Let me get her to stand here. Let's take a nice look at her. I am very impressed with this. I think I could go as far as to say that this is my favorite Ranger from the Lightning collection so far. I'm loving it. She looks amazing. Very happy I bought it. Now I've got to decide, do I display her without the helmet, with the helmet? Do I make an exception for her? I think I might have to, because wow. She looks really awesome. So yeah, we're really close to completing the team now. I'm only missing the Blue Ranger and another Black Ranger, because the one I have is the Dragon Shield one. Well, the only one that came out, the Walgreens exclusive. I'm not a big fan of the Dragon Shield thing. I've gotten into this before. I want a regular Black Ranger, but I went ahead and bought it because I think that we're not going to get the Zack head sculpt when Hasbro does release the Black Ranger. I think we're going to get the other Black Ranger. I don't remember his name. But, you know, this week, Hasbro announced more Power Ranger stuff. They got me excited. They showed screenshots of the Psycho Green Ranger. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. But it did look like a nice figure. I won't be getting it, but it looked really awesome. And the Putty Patroller 2-pack. So if you want an army build, they're going to have those 2-packs available. Hopefully they're at a reasonable price, because I don't want to pay full price for a 2-pack of putties. Yeah, I think that's something they could make more accessible by making it at a fairer price. But the one that really got me excited was the Alpha 5 and Lord Zed Walmart exclusive. I've already gone ahead and pre-ordered mine, and since I pre-ordered those, I thought, hey, why not go pre-order the Rita Repulsa Lord Zed 2-pack? I'll have 2 Lord Zeds. Hopefully George will be interested in one of those Lord Zeds, because I can't have 2 Lord Zeds on the same shelf. I would never allow that. Just like Kruger would never allow 2 Cocos. So yeah, we're gonna get the Blue Ranger, and I'll get that Rita. I'll get the Alpha 5 and Zordon, and I'll be done. That's it. Unless they start releasing Scorpina and the other ones. Oh man, I think they got me. Oh, fucking Power Rangers, you got me. So thank you for sticking around with me in this unboxing. And be sure to like and subscribe to the 2 Hasbro's YouTube channel. And yeah, I'll see you around next time. Okay, so I know I said that was the end of the video, but as always, I've got to show you the Ranger shelf and how it's coming along. So, you know, here we have our mighty Morphin Rangers, and in the back is that monstrosity of a Zack figure that they gave us. The Kimberly, that's the only way I was able to get her to pose without falling. I had that extra stand, and I took some pictures of the White Ranger, and I just liked the way he looked, so I left him that way. But I can't make up my mind. Let me know what you guys think. Should I pose Trini that way without the helmet, or should I put the helmet on her? I don't know. I'm liking that head sculpt way too much. So yeah, yes, here is Lord Draken, and he also doesn't have his helmet on, but I do have 3 freaking Tommies here, so it's not much of an exception. I just thought I gotta do something different there, so I posed him that way. And there's that Lord Zed and the Putty, and that's the Ranger shelf. So yeah, guys, if anyone out there watches this, please let me know any suggestions on how I should pose that Tui Trang. Yes, I know that ultimately it's up to me, and it's my shelf, and I should pose it the way I like it, but I can't decide, so I need your guys' help. So, for real this time, until next time, see you later.